thou shalt not have any other gods before me. That's the first commandment, the first of the 10 commandments that Uncle Moses supposedly received in Mount Sinai. And regardless of whether he received them or not, and was it really in Mount Sinai, and was it actually those 10 commandments, you see this theme, the oneness of God, not taking God, in Islam, for instance, the first commandment of the five pillars of Islam, the first one is there's only one God. Now, for the people here that watch this channel for years, I'm not a fan of the Abrahamic religions, and I just used the Abrahamic religions to demonstrate a point that I actually resonate with. Okay, so point being, there is something to learn from even criminals. There is always something to learn from anything, from any teaching. Doesn't mean the teaching is holy, doesn't mean the teaching is accurate, doesn't mean it's holistic. Okay, but this theme is everywhere. It's also in the Eastern religions. Okay, the oneness, but they kind of approach it a little differently. Like, for instance, in Hinduism, you have the 3 aspects of God: Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. The creator God Brahma, the preserver God Vishnu, the destroyer God Shiva. But they tell you it's all faces of the only one God. And so Hinduism is approaching this differently. It just sees the essence of God in all beings. So let's go back to what I wanted to say in the beginning. Thou shalt not have no gods before me. So in other words, do not worship other gods. I am the one God. Yeah, I am that I am. Do not worship anyone else as God. Now, what does that mean? Of course, I can sit here and interpret it my way, someone else can. I'm going to interpret it my way, simply, in this video, right? Thou shalt not have any other gods before me. So the way I interpret this is, when you're out here living in this world, right? You're here, you're living, you're doing your thing. There is a tendency, and it's a human tendency, that we idolize someone or something. Yeah, it's a tendency. And what do we call those celebrities, those pop stars? Idols. He's my idol, right? People growing up watching sports athletes. Yeah. For example, my idols growing up, and I called them idols growing up at the time, I called them my idols growing up because I loved football. It was the Brazilian Ronaldo. That was my idol. And then Zinedine Zidane. I grew up in the 90s. These two were the shit in the 90s. So I called them idols. I looked up to them as if they are gods. And so people have different gods. They have different gods here. And for me, that's why this is the first commandment. Thou shalt not have any other gods before me. I am that I am. I am the one true God. So, it doesn't just apply to celebrities and famous people that humans look up to and look. I now of course things are different, but I genuinely thought these people were gods. I really thought they're gods. Look at the way people treat them. When they see them walking in the streets, they just want the autograph, and they take a picture with them, and they're in disbelief, and they're shaking like, oh my God, I can't believe it, I'm taking a picture with my favorite athlete or my favorite celebrity, right? You literally look at them and think of them as gods. But as you start to humanize them, you realize they have their own problems, right? Like, for example, Brazilian Ronaldo, he's got the food addiction issue, right? Everyone's got they're humans like you and I. We have our own issues, our own addictions, our own ups, our own downs. In fact, many of these idols, let's talk about celebrities. You know, Elvis Presley, overdoses on drugs. He had a drug addiction problem, right? On and on it goes. They're humans, just like you and I. And in many cases, they're even more trouble than you and I, because this fame and all of that can really get to you, because sometimes all you want to do is go and take a walk. All right. Now, idol worship is not only strictly reserved for humans. We do not only idolize other humans, we also idolize things. It could be objects, but even more significantly, we idolize methods. Let me explain. As you guys who watch these videos regularly know, I am a big fan of quote-unquote natural hygiene diet, right? Which would basically be fruits, raw fruits and vegetables, aka raw vegan, aka fruitarian. And I see this in those communities. God bless them, they're doing amazing. I love those people, I honor what they're doing, but I see this happening all the time. People are saying, I went on the fruit diet and I healed psoriasis and I healed chronic fatigue and I healed this and I healed that. Fruits heal. Fruits heal. And you go on preaching this to everybody. Fruits heal. Eat fruits. Fruits heal. Grapes do this. Oranges do that. You know, eat the grapes. They are, astringent. Citrus fruits, they're astringents. Do this, do that, they'll heal you. And what they end up doing is they make a god. They idolize the fruit diet. No, the fruit diet is not healing you. The body is healing you. The body heals the body. The fruits don't heal the body. What is happening is you are putting the least burdening substances in your body, and as a result, the body has more energy available to it to heal itself. This is what we commonly refer to when we are withdrawing from drugs as withdrawal symptoms. A heroin addict checks himself into a rehab center and begins to experience nasty withdrawal symptoms. Nausea, extreme fatigue, skin breaking out. Why? Because that person has quit this extremely toxic substance that they're putting in the body has more energy available to begin immediately to clean the residues and the toxicity that has been accumulated as a result of the heroin that was constantly being injected into the body. That's what we refer to as the withdrawal symptoms. So, no, the fruit diet, do not, thou shalt not take no gods before me. The fruits are not healing you. The raw vegan diet is not healing you. The body heals the body. What you're doing when you're going down these paths is you are making great decisions, by the way, right? I tip my hat to you. Okay, you're making great decisions. You are putting less burdens into the body. The body has more energy to heal itself. That's it. So we idolize methods because they work, because they change our lives deeply. They change our lives deeply. They solve persistent chronic problems. Let's talk about something else. Another method that people basically idolize, make gods, all kinds of methods. Let's talk about cold therapy. Yeah, cold therapy. I mean, I'm a huge proponent of cold showers. You guys know this. Constantly preaching them every chance I get in these videos. I love cold showers. They've changed my life. And you know what? When I first started taking them back in 2014, I betrayed the first commandment. And I made the cold shower my God. And I told everyone, take cold showers. It will solve all your life problems. Cold showers are the way. Cold showers, because they've really significantly impacted my life in a very positive way. And I would tell people, yes, cold shower and Wim Hof Method. It will heal everything. It's the magic. It's the magic. Yeah? And the truth is, some people take cold showers and some people do the Wim Hof Method and they heal certain things, but really they're still experiencing the same issues. So just because it impacted me and just because it's changing my life, and you know what? I continue to take cold showers and I actually had to do some other things. I still had chronic constipation. I still had lots of issues actually. But in the beginning, it was so changing for me that I really made it God. I would take like 3 cold showers a day some days. I was like, yeah, everything can heal everything. Everything. It's the thing. Everybody got to take cold showers. And I did the same mistake when I got into psychedelics. In fact, I was saying things. You can probably go into my very, very old videos on this channel. I made a lot of psychedelics videos at the time. My channel started off kind of as a psychedelic channel. Not really, but kind of. By the way, here's a little thing for you guys that don't know. The first half of my channel, I was always on some kind of psychedelic making the videos, just so you know, okay? So, I used to say things like psychedelics are going to like change the world. They're going to solve issues, deep issues. I used to say things like they are necessary. I used to say things like they are necessary. Like in the same way it's necessary to drink water, the same way it's necessary to eat food, which I don't agree with neither, by the way, now, okay? Shout out to my breatharian fellow breatharians. When I say this, I'm not a breatharian, but the people that are in the knowledge and on the path, right? But hear me out, right? So I used to think the same thing. I used to say like, it's necessary. It's as necessary as food. It's the missing link. We have to do it. And I took the God again. I betrayed the first commandment again. Thou shalt not have no gods before me. I actually like almost looked at mushrooms as a god, like oh my God, because it changed my life to the very positive. That we usually idolize things or people or methods because they've impacted us in a positive way. But we take it too far and we idolize these things and these methods. We put them on a pedestal. You know, so let's talk about psychedelics. Psychedelics show you the potential of who you are. You are the child of God. You have the essence of God within you. And when you take mushrooms and you experience the God state, it's not that the mushroom itself makes you God and then you come down from it. It shows you, it says, hey, this is who you have the potential to become. This is the kind of state of consciousness you have the potential to become. Total beauty. You can become total beauty, total compassion, total gratitude, total awareness. And you can do all, you take mushrooms and you feel like you're God. You feel like you could do anything. You feel like you could do anything. In fact, one time, it changed me so positive that's why when I got into it, I made it God, right? One time I took mushrooms and I drank this polluted water because I was doing stupid shit. It was like stale pond water full of like weird things and bacteria, right? I put my head down the water because I just wanted, to put water in my head, and I accidentally swallowed a bunch of it. And I started coughing and I felt nauseous, but I was on like a ton of mushrooms. So I'm like, mind power, man. I can do this. I sat down. I did the Wim Hof Method. I sat under a tree. I channeled a bunch of energy. Like I got in this like altered state of consciousness. I started the breathing, and I, with my mind, focused completely on my belly. And I said, I just said affirmations. I am healing. My things like that, right? I kid you not. Within 10-15 minutes, as if nothing happened. Instantaneous healing. I never was able to do instantaneous healing in my life. Only that one time. And because of how profound some of these experiences you can experience with these methods, you start to idolize them and you start to take them as God. And you betray the first commandment. That's how I interpret the first commandment. Now let's go back to the fruit thing, the raw vegan, the fruit thing, which does amazing at healing, by the way. Why? The body heals the body. When we say the body heals the body, we're giving credit to who? What's the body? Who's running the body? It's just some force, some invisible force, right? We're giving credit to God here, the one and only true God, the force, the Tao, the way, Krishna, Jesus. They're all manifestations of God, of course, right? Krishna and Jesus. So some might argue, when you pray to Jesus, you are taking God before me, and Jesus himself said, I am the way to the Father, right? You have to understand, Jesus is, an enlightened being, is God manifest in physical form. So it is a little different if you go to Jesus or you go to Krishna and you pray for them, because they are bridges to God in a way, right? And in my opinion, it's always better to just call God. Just be like, God, what up? You can talk to God in a very casual way. In any language, God will understand you. It will get translated, believe me. And you can just go straight to the source, straight to the Father, straight to the Mother. Whatever is, if you want to see God as female or as male, they're just, it's different. God understands you in whichever language you speak to. But I'm talking more specifically about like the methods. We begin to worship the methods. People worship the fruitarian diet because it improved their life significantly, and they say fruits heal everything. Take grapes because it'll do this. It'll do this particular thing. It'll dissolve acids in your intestines. And drink orange juice because it's astringent. Because they heard this from someone else. Now, I'm not denying there are some benefits, okay? But ultimately, you're focusing on 10% of what's healing you. Okay, maybe there may be some healing benefits in there. All right, I'm not gonna totally say it really, there is nothing, but it's maybe like 5% of what actually is healing you. It may be like a little tiny crutch that you don't even really need. How do I know that you don't really need? Because you will heal faster on a water fast than on a fruit diet. You will heal faster. So do you need the grapes and the astringent citrus? You don't need it. You don't need it. Why? Because on a water fast, you're going to heal faster. Why? Because the body heals the body, because that's the God force that's running the body. You want to heal even faster than that? Because if, let's say, some people, they put water fasting as God. Yeah? You want to heal the body faster? Go on a dry fast. Even faster, even more efficient, even more powerful, like 2 to 3 times more powerful. See, dry fasting is as far as we go. We can take this. It's the most powerful, potent way of healing. You're putting nothing in the body. You're letting the God force heal it, heal you, heal the problems, heal the issues. You see what I'm saying here, guys? You see what I'm saying? Thou shalt not take no gods before me. Do not idolize anyone or anything or any method. Honor the methods, honor the people, honor the people that are doing these things also, and give them encouragement. I give encouragement to all the people that are trying to change their lives in a way. They're taking cold showers, they're going on the raw vegan diet, they're going on the fruit diet, they're doing a water fast. I honor all of that. Okay, that's amazing. But just, and you know what? That whole thing with having people you look up to is, we need mentorship. Okay? In many ways, those like, I mean, you know how many people these athletes, just by being and playing, how many lives they save? Because a lot of people, they get into sports, they look up to these people, they even make them gods. But the positive of it is, they don't get, as they grow older, they get into sports, they don't get into drugs, they stay on the good side of things. Okay, so look, mentorship is important, and it's not their fault. It's not the fault of the celebrities that they're being put on a pedestal, being worshipped as gods. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. It's not the fault of fruits that people are making them God. It's not their fault. It's not the fault of cold water that people are making it to be God. It's not the fault of the mushroom. The last thing the mushroom spirit wants to be is to be worshipped as God. Believe me. Believe me. The last thing those high vibrational spirits of those magic mushrooms want to be is to be worshipped. And in fact, when they're worshipped, they're like, ugh. Oh, they're not getting it. They're not getting it. All right, next time they call us, next time they eat the magic mushrooms, they call our spirit, we're gonna try and drill that idea in their head. We'll try. We'll see if they're ready to hear it. Thou shalt not take no gods before me. You see? They don't want to. They don't want to. They don't want to be idolized. They don't want... Angels don't want that either, by the way. Some people, they get into angels. I worship Archangel Michael, or I worship Archangel Gabriel. They don't want to be worshipped. They don't want to. All hail to the force. All hail to the one true God. There is no God but God. There is no God but God. Give credit to that thing. Yeah, give credit, because it is the most powerful. Give credit to the force. Look at yourself as a servant to the force, and look at all things as a manifestation of the force. Just look at them as manifestations, honor them, but make sure you're giving credit to the big boss. Give credit to the big boss, yeah? It's to the force, because, yeah, again, with the thing with healing the body, there's the most powerful way to heal it is a dry fast. What is a dry fast? You're literally getting out of the way. You're saying, all right, not putting anything in there. And then that's when your body just does like magical, miraculous things. Because you're like, hey, the force, I trust, because dry fasting requires you to really trust the force. Like really, really like, whew. You know, you really have to uncondition yourself from all these things. Oh, take these herbs, they'll heal you. Most herbs actually suppress symptoms. Just like all pharmaceuticals, by the way, are based on herbs. They have some kind of they're derived from plant herbs. They suppress symptoms. So we shouldn't have said that P word, right? Trying to keep this YouTube channel afloat. So, yeah, you have to really uncondition yourself. I'm using dry fasting, of course, as an example, right? You really have to uncondition. Okay, Saeed, you're now making dry fasting your God. I'm just showing you here. I'm showing you that actually, if you forget the label dry fasting, what is the act of dry fasting? The act of dry fasting, you're basically saying, all right, I'm gonna like, I'm unconditioning myself that I need this or I need that, or I should go on the fruit diet because the grapes will heal me, right? You're actually just like, hey God, I trust you. It requires, Jesus goes to the desert 40 days and 40 nights. He's dry fasting. Remove the label dry fasting. What is he doing? He's surrendering to the Lord. He's surrendering to God. He's saying, God, here, I trust you. Do as you wish with me. I trust you. I trust you. Okay? Here, I'm gonna just be in the desert. I'm gonna meditate on your name. I'm going to fight my inner demons, and I'm not going to put anything in my body so that you, your grace, the force, your beautiful healing energy can just heal me. Remove the label dry fasting, because the act of dry fasting is the act of total surrender to God. That's what it is. Total surrender to God. Like you must have so much trust in the force to be like, all right, here, cleanse me, purify me. You see, the body heals the body because it's God that's healing, the God force, which is in everything. You see, when you cut plants, oh man, we cut plants here. You know, they cut all these plants here 6-7 months ago, I think. They grew so quickly within a few months. Wow, amazing. Where is that? How did they grow? It's the God force. It's in everywhere. It's in the sun, in the air, in the water. It did its magic. Plants are amazing. They can teach you a lot. They're just hanging out there, and they're the God force. They grow, and the more the more the God force is present. Like here, where I am here is a very blessed. It's a blessed valley, blessed mountains. So the energy is very strong. Things grow very quickly, very quickly. And why? Oh, you may say, well, there's a lot of sun and there's rain. No, there is more of that God force in here. And so things just grow very quickly, very quickly. Healing, you can think of this as healing. The plants are healing because you cut them, they're healing, they're growing back again. No interference, nothing. I ain't gotta go put some things in the soil. It's just, it does. It's just magic. Magic. Absolute magic. Now, of course, with the example of dry fasting, I'm not telling you go dry fast right away, because actually that's where it can be useful to take it a little bit slow. You go on a raw diet, and then slowly you go on a fruit base, and you just kind of get your body put less burdens in the body, so the God force, so God can start to heal you more and more and more. Okay, I'm not saying go straight into it, but I'm saying, thou shalt not take no gods before me. Okay, do not idolize people. Okay, another thing that I wanted to talk about. Do not idolize teachers, whether they are spiritual teachers, whether they are teachers in your school, whether they are, I don't know, anybody you look up to. Don't idolize me if you look up to me. Why? Because in truth, there are probably less than 100 people right now on planet Earth that are fully enlightened, just total manifestations of God, like a Jesus Christ enlightened type person, a Buddha, a Krishna. Maybe there's less than 100, and you probably never, none of us probably met someone that's finished playing the game, like went to the big boss, and then, that's it, finished the game. It's done, like the game is finished. They became enlightened, that's it. They've cleared out their karma, they've cleared out everything, they've pierced through the illusion. They can walk on water, they can do all kinds of things, right? Very few. Right now, probably, I don't know, I'm speculating, probably less than 100. And probably none of you have met that person. These people are usually in obscure, remote areas. That means every single other person that you've come across, they have their flaws, and they're filtering. They're like, I'm really trying here to discern, and I'm really trying to the best of my ability, bring about more light, more love, more truth. But hey, I'm flawed. I'm not a finished product. I'm not an enlightened master. I have my own flaws. I have my own karma. I have my own things I'm working through. And virtually every single other person that you look up to, every teacher or whatever, same thing. So I see this all the time. Doctor this said to drink this and to eat this. So okay, Dr. XYZ could be very beneficial, very helpful, and you should learn the best you can from them, and you should honor them, appreciate what they're doing, appreciate their good intent, but doesn't mean everything they say is correct or accurate. It doesn't mean everything I say or I do here in these videos is accurate. Learn from everyone. Everyone has something to teach you. You may get in your high horse. Oh, I know a lot. I don't know everything, but I know a lot, right? And you kind of start looking down at the working class maybe, because you have so much knowledge, right? I can think of some people, some evil people, they call themselves the ones with the light bulbs on, you know what I mean? Light bulbs, what do? They illuminate you, so they call themselves that, right? They look down on people, right? Because they know, they have the knowledge. Guess what? If you're in, and it's not just for them, it can happen to anybody. It can happen to someone that's spiritual and all love and light, right? Let's say you're on a highway and suddenly you got a flat tire. And then you're in the middle of nowhere. Not even on a highway, just some road. You're in the middle of nowhere, it's dark. You don't know how to change the flat tire. You don't even have a tire, even if you knew. But let's say you don't know how to change the flat tire. I don't. If I was in a situation like this, I'd be kind of screwed. And you stop, you're asking for help, and somebody stops, like a working class person. Very little knowledge, they're just kind of they're overweight. They got a they got a Big Mac in their hands. But you know what? They're very good with cars. Are you gonna look down at that person, or are you gonna be so grateful? They have some knowledge that you don't know, and they can help you change the flat tire. If you pay attention, maybe they can teach you even how to change the flat tire. Everything has something to teach you, and you have to appreciate that in everyone. Okay? But do not idolize anyone. Do not idolize anyone. Thou shalt not take no gods before me. There is no God but God. There is only one God, one true God. So just because your favorite YouTuber, your favorite teacher, spiritual teacher or otherwise, your favorite raw foods teacher, your favorite whatever, anything, yeah, your favorite health nut, and then you idolize them, you make them God, and then everything they do must be correct, yeah. Everything they do, everything they say must be correct because they're God. They know everything. Or your favorite philosophical spiritual YouTuber. Everything they say is spot on and accurate. And just because someone just because someone presents you with 10 things and you resonate with at a deep level with them, let's say I present you with 10 things, 10 ideas, and let's say 9 of them are like true, accurate, there is always the chance that one of those 10 could just be inaccurate, could be a misguided view. So even with people that are consistently giving really deep knowledge, truth, wisdom, there is that off chance also that they could present something that's inaccurate, or something that's misguided, or something that's not complete. Could be an interesting perspective, but it's not whole, it's not complete. Thou shalt not take no gods before me. Thou shalt not have no other gods before me. Okay, there you go. There's only one God. My sincere gratitude to our generous donors for your consistent, generous donations. Thank you very much. If you feel a calling, if you have an urge to support us in this way, I really, really appreciate it. There's a link down below in the description for donations. I also offer one-on-one consulting services if you're interested. Do not idolize me. I'm telling you right now. Appreciate me if you would like. I appreciate your appreciation. Do not idolize me. I don't like it. I feel uncomfortable with it, actually. Okay? And do not idolize anyone else for that matter. And always give credit to the force. And always remember, just this is an example, I know, but just remember this because it can stick to you in times where you may find yourself idolizing someone. The body heals the body, nothing else does. Yeah, so one-on-one consulting services down below in the description. Until next time, may the force, the one true God, may the force, may the Tao be with you.